Hey guys, it's the girl Amana, and I know I haven't made a video in a very long time. I mean 5 years to be exact. But I really couldn't have allowed the weekend to finish without commenting publicly on a topic that's basically trending in Jamaica. So most of you who are subscribed to my channel or those who follow the page IAMLOC'D across the various social media platforms would know that I'm from Jamaica. And if you didn't know, now you know, right? I come from here. So yesterday on August 1, Jamaica celebrated Emancipation Day, which marks the end of slavery across British colonies, right? So big Emancipation Day, while scrolling through my phone, I came across an article titled Jamaica's High Court Rules School Can Ban Dreadlocks. So I said to myself, what me just read? That don't make no sense. Jamaica? No sir, not in 2020. I proceeded to click on the article, which went on to say that a school was within its rights to require a 5-year-old girl to cut her locks in order to be admitted to the school. Now, let me give you a little background to that story. The child was accepted to attend Kensington Primary School, which is located in Portmore, St. Catherine. So now, while attending orientation that summer, the principal basically told the mother that we have a no dreadlocks policy, and as such, you have to cut your daughter's locks. Now, the reason that was cited was because of hygiene and to safeguard against lice. So Jamaicans for Justice was representing the family, and they challenged the school on the basis that it was violating the child's constitutional rights, including the right of education, freedom of speech, and freedom of official discrimination. So a lot of Jamaicans have been following this story because they basically want to see what is going to be the outcome of it, given the history of the discrimination that has plagued Rastafarians. And just to point out, this family doesn't identify as Rastafarians, but more they wear locks as an expression of their ethnicity as well as their identity, being of African descent. No, so it's been a 2-year battle for the family, and just Friday gone, the court ruled in favor of the school. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is a very backward step for Jamaica. In a context where this country has produced the likes of Bob Marley, Taurus Riley, Protege, Chronic, you have Coffee, Movado, Morgan Heritage, I-Octane, Beanie Man, Queen Africa, Janine. I could go on and on about persons who wave the flag of Jamaica high. These are people who have helped to build what is considered to be brand Jamaica, and the country has benefited and profited off their efforts. It's really sad that in 2020 this is a conversation that we have to be having on top of all that we've already been through, in spite of the strides that one would think that Jamaica has made over the years. This is a conversation that we're having. So to have a school that falls under the purview of the Ministry of Education, no less, and what is ironic, you have a state minister who is in the Ministry of Education who wears locks, the vice president of the People's National Party who also wears locks. And I'm saying, in this age, why are we talking about this? So you're gonna tell a 5-year-old child, at the onset of trying to register for school, that no baby love, your look no fit in right here, so you need to go cut off with it on your head. We really need to be careful. But when you tell a child that we value what is on your head rather than what's in your head, what message are we sending? What do you expect that child to internalize? Now you tell me. This is a conversation that we're having in Jamaica. And it's very sad because it's something that we really need to look at as a country. We think we come a far way, but really and truly, this has just pointed out that we have a long way to go. There are many people who have been successful, and it is not attributable to the style that they wear on their head. So we have to do better. We need to do better. We need to fix it. And not only that, when you see the High Court judges and when them wear pan for them head, We don't know what look more stupid. In 2020, that is something that we need to be getting rid of. Not telling a child, a 5-year-old girl child that you can't come here to learn at my school because of what you have on your head. And lice, and if we're going to be really, being petty, which hair type more likely to have lice? I've had my own issues in the workplace, especially when I just started my locks. As a matter of fact, it started before I started my locks. I remember doing the big chop and being at work the day after, and persons were like, oh, you cut off your hair, blah, blah, blah. So what are you going to do with it now? So it's like, what do you mean, what am I going to do with it now? I wear the hair that grows naturally from my scalp. And then said, but it will stay soft till your hair not pretty. And that's another thing in Jamaica. We tend to label hair that is of a looser curl pattern as pretty. So technically, once you have a tighter hair pattern, your hair not pretty. Or we describe people by, the pretty hair girl. What are you saying to yourself? And I really want to challenge everybody. Michael Abraham said it in a post. We need to rubbish all of this rhetoric. We need to push past it. This is not a position that we should be putting forward as a country, as a school, as a government-run school at that. When the focus should be on education and not the hair that is on our heads. What's inside your brain is far more important. I'm calling on those who have the power to influence and to help to educate persons to do so, to love yourselves enough to help guide those persons who are still mentally enslaved from, colonialism. We already suffer from colorism in Jamaica. And the issue of hair really should not be something that we should be adding to that situation. Marcus Garvey could not have said it any better. We need to remove the kinks from our brain, not from our hair.